In 1775, it was the most powerful organization on earth. Its navies ruled the seas, its army was professional, disciplined, and well-equipped. And across the Atlantic stood a loose collection of farmers and merchants. No standing army, little money, and fewer weapons. From the center of power, the outcome felt inevitable. But 6 years later, they surrendered at Yorktown. We've reached number 1 in the countdown of the top 10 strategy trap fails of all time. This is the story of the British Empire in the American Revolution. Now, from London's point of view, the objective was straightforward: suppress the uprising, restore royal authority, and demonstrate power. They believed overwhelming force would produce a fast, decisive victory, and on paper that strategy made sense. But Britain didn't lose because it lacked strength. It lost because its plan outpaced its ability to execute. Decisions were made in London weeks away by ship. By the time orders reached commanders in America, conditions on the ground had already changed. So generals acted independently and campaigns wandered, coordination fractured. And at the same time, Britain was fighting major conflicts with France and Spain. Resources were stretched thin, supply lines were fragile, and political will at home was eroding. They kept doing more, everywhere, without the capacity to sustain it. In my book, The Strategy Trap, I describe a system called the 6Cs, the execution conditions teams need to turn ambition into actual results. 2 mattered most here. First, capacity. Capacity is about matching the plan to what can actually be sustained. A real capacity assessment would have forced some hard questions. Can we fight a colonial war while also engaged in 2 other wars? Do we have the logistics to support this distance? And what do we have to stop doing for this to succeed? Britain chose to do more everywhere instead of doing enough in one place. Power masked the problem until it didn't. Second, clarity. Orders took weeks to arrive. Local intelligence moved too slowly, and commanders lacked clear authority to adapt in real time. Effective clarity would have ensured decision rights, guidelines, and constraints were well defined, so leaders on the ground could act quickly but still in sync without waiting for approval from an ocean away. Instead, execution lagged behind events and the gap kept widening. So here's the lesson. Strategy only works when execution can keep up. When leaders keep adding priorities instead of making trade-offs, execution slows, coordination breaks, and reality catches up. Scale doesn't fix that. Strength doesn't fix that. More resources don't fix that. Only matching goals to real execution capacity does. So ask yourself, where are we doing more instead of doing what actually needs to be done well? I'm Kevin Ertel. The full system for escaping the strategy trap arrives Tuesday. Pre-order at strategytrap.com. The history lesson is over. Let the future begin.